All right, good afternoon. Welcome back here to Trader Minute. Great to have you aboard. Kicking off the challenge here this afternoon, and we do have a trade signal on the board, so excited for that, and we'll go out and trade that here momentarily. But before we do that, I want to go to the spreadsheet, just show you real quick. We have the links for some of the videos done this week explaining the various sections here to the spreadsheet. They are in how trade triggers work in the 3/7 scan is in here. The ATR method, and this video also goes through the challenge setup and execution. So if you've been with us before but you're not familiar with the algorithmic challenge, highly recommend this video, the ATR method. We'll just kind of show you how it all kind of comes together, as well as the trade triggers, and then the watch list stocks are put on here as well. And none of the videos are very long, but we'll give you a good insight into how it's all put together, and more specifically the whys of everything, and why certain things are set the way they are, and really why we changed them to be this way. So anyway, that is set. It'll be there on the spreadsheet for the course of the challenge, and I'll continue to put the spreadsheet link there into the message feed. Okay. Now today's date 9/26, and it is the PM session. Ticker is Home Depot, and the direction is bullish. So we have a bullish signal here on Home Depot today, and so going to go out and trade that. All right. Now Home Depot has been moving up ever since I started prepping the trade here. The option was $6, and so I'm going to give it just a moment here. But we're going to go buy some calls on Home Depot. Now, whenever I buy calls for the challenge, it's 30 to 60 day time period, right? When it comes to Home Depot, we're looking about the 1st of November, but you'll notice the spreads, right? This isn't one where the option values are, very expensive, but it's one where we're going to need a pretty good move to really pay it off. We could come out to the 15th of November. The spreads will probably stay a little more consistent here. And I thought, do I do the 15th of November, the 230s here? But if I do those, we are putting a little bit more into the option, and again, it just lowers our delta there, but doesn't, avoid us from getting into another trade there on it. So I'm going to see if this spread will chunk down just a little bit here in the next few moments before going and trading it here on the 1st of November calls. All that said, it's not, it's not a make or break type of thing here with it, and looks like we're getting a little bit of Home Depot pullback right now, so that's nice to see. And I'm willing to pay, $6, $6.10 here, $6.20 for it, and I'm looking at 2 contracts, so we're going to put about $1,200 into it, and that is going to be about the 40% allocation here for the first trade. So order in. We'll see if it fills it here real quick. If not, I'll just go to the 620. All right, and looks like I have been filled at 614. Looks like 614 is my fill, so I'm just going to put 615 in here as the fill price here. And this is 2 contracts of the 1st of November. Okay, 1st of November, 250 calls on Home Depot. Okay. Let me make sure the alert goes out. We'll go fill out the spreadsheet, show you how all that works here. So 2 contracts at, let's see, 615. There we go. And that is off. All right, off and rolling. And again, with 2 contracts, anywhere in the $6 to $6.50 area, is is very fair. These are not, these are not overvalued options in terms of the Vega or anything like that. All right. So entry date 9:26 p.m. Right, the afternoon session, and the option of the 1st of November 250 calls, and we got them for 615 on 2 contracts. Now the stock price upon entry was let's see here, 230.71. Right, so 230.71. The average true range, right, and the average true range on Home Depot right now is $3.87. Okay, 387. And with it being the first trade, it's not going to auto-populate our stock exit and stock profit level just yet. I did erase those cells, so let's see. Maybe I can grab them here real quick. That way, not having to think about it. Let's try that. That gives us our level there. And our profit level is right there. Let's see. So do we have it right? Yep, we have it right. So 226.84 is our stop level. 238.45 is our profit level. Now, what do these mean? They basically only mean that if the stock is trading above above our profit level, the next time I get on video, either in the AM or PM session, then we will adjust it. We'll pull 40% off. Well, in this case, we'll have to pull a contract off, let the other contract roll, or we could sell both and then put 40% back into, or 60% back into a different option. And if I jump on video and we're trading below the stock exit level, then I will exit, right? If we push above the profit level before I get on video next, well, I'm not taking it. I'm not moving on. I'm not adjusting or anything like that. The adjustments are made on video. Now, I do have a caveat to be able to do it off hours if something crazy happens, but that is a very rare circumstance. The current stock price, and again, this isn't the exact current stock price. This is a 15-minute delay. It's auto-generated from Google Finance. Now, the auto exit date, right? And this is for if the option is red, and that is going to be 3 days from now. So if we haven't hit our price targets, right? If we haven't hit the profit level or the exit level, and we are sitting here on the 1st of October, so October 1 afternoon session, then we are taking the position and moving on. Okay, so October 1 p.m. Will be the red exit date, and the green exit date will be 6 days from now. And these are trading days, so that's going to put it here on the 4th. Okay, so if our option is in the green, and but we haven't hit our price targets, and it's the 4th, we were just going to take the game and move on. Okay, all right. So that that puts our exit parameters in play. Right, so it's just one where you don't have to wonder, oh well, what's Jeff think about this and that and that and this and all those other things. What's he going to do? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Right, when I jump on video, if we're above or below, great, and then if we hit these dates, great. We'll be making adjustments accordingly. Right, so you can basically come in here, you can see exactly, well, what is Jeff going to do, right? Now the trade exit price, well, we're not exiting yet, but I'm just going to fill in the entry price for it right here, and I'll update this every video session here for it. And then cash in, again, I don't have my cells filled out here, so let's see if we can quickly get those. There we go. So cash in, 1,230. Cash out, 1,230. Gain loss should be 0, but have that filled in, and the trade is open. All right. So that's the basic process that we ran with last challenge on every single trade entry. The alerts went out. I came in, filled out the spreadsheet so you could see, okay, what levels am I going to do various, enter, or at what levels am I going to, take some off or take the entire thing off. And we're set there, all right? Now, for this challenge, we've added a couple new things. right? Over here, the trade delta, trade vega, trade theta, market vibe number and signal, and key comments. Okay. Now the market vibe number right now is 3, and it's a neutral. Okay, so it's sitting at 3, and it is neutral. And again, that's not something that I'm making a decision based on. It's not factored into the market vibe, it's not factored into the trade algorithm, but it is something that do want to track here as we go forward. And then if we come in and we look at the trade position here, we can see the delta, the gamma, the delta, the theta, and the vega. All right. So the delta on this position is really low to start out, and it's 105. Right. So this is not a high delta trade because of the option here, but 105. So what does that mean? That means if we hit our price target here of 238. Right, up there at the 238 level, we'll be sitting here with about an $800 to $900 gain. So about a 75 to 80% gain, which isn't home run territory, but at the same time is about the range that we've seen here for a lot of trades over the last several months. The trade vega. Now, vega is the implied volatility element, is $58. So a tick either way in implied volatility is going to be worth $58, or go against us by $58. The implied volatility on Home Depot is not very high. It's only going to change by a point or two if the stock goes our way. So it's not a huge factor there. And then the theta here is $15. So basically, this trade is going to cost us $15 a day to hold, which is not very bad at all. And again, all of those are estimations. None of them are, none of those are exacts here when it comes down to it. All right. So first trade off and rolling. That leaves us with 1,600 in cash, $1,800 in cash. Plenty for another position here if and when we were to get another signal on the board. Okay, so that's the entry. It's that simple. It's that basic. Not a whole lot there to it, and easy enough to go out and run. Now the scans today for the 3-7 crossovers, show you what those look like. The bullish crossovers, we have Home Depot, Honeywell, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi. Now, Honeywell is brand new on this list since I jumped on video. Coke and Pepsi both have 3-7 crossovers, but the consolidation risk is too high on those. Honeywell has just upticked, so it has created the 3-7 crossover. It did not have the 3-7 crossover just before I got on video, so this is one that the algorithm would take into consideration tomorrow morning there, and we could be getting in as soon as tomorrow morning. Depending on where it sits here tomorrow. So those are the scans for the upside. For the downside, the bearish crossovers, we have ConocoPhillips, Chevron. We looked at both of those this morning. Neither are triggering bearish. They do have the downside 3-7 crossovers, but neither triggering bearish. And then J&J. J&J is one I mentioned this morning. I wouldn't be surprised to see it turn bearish today. And that was when it was down just a little bit. Well, it flushed. It fell hard here today, and it has the downside 3-7 crossover, but this is the part where the chance of moving two more average true ranges in our favor is very small. So if you look historically at J&J, when it has this type of day, yeah, sometimes there's downside follow through, but very often there's some nice upside snapback. So not getting a bearish signal here for Johnson & Johnson. So the only signal on the board, Home Depot. Gonna run with Home Depot here into the close, and we'll see. We'll manage it with the parameters that are set there on the spreadsheet. All right. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for being with us here at Trader Minute. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. Take care.